Welcome to the Virtual Cheese Wars 2023, where we are focused on the best in British cheese. My name's Jonathan Piercy, and I will be attempting to adjudicate these two troublesome cheese people. We're going to be judging the external white mould class, and we'd like to thank the Crafty Cheese Man for sponsoring this class. Logo cannot be seen, which is frustrating. Oh, there we go, just at the bottom there. That is me as well, by the way, so I won't have to hold this up for the whole time because I am the Crafty Cheese Man, so it makes life easier. I would like to introduce our two judges. We have Sarah at the top and James at the bottom. Sarah, if you'd like to tell a bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sarah Miness and I'm a specialist cheese buyer at Waitrose.
And James, you go for it.
So I'm James Grant, number 2 Pound Street, Buckinghamshire, Bucks_cheese_guy, number 2 Pound Street, artisan British cheese. There we go.
So the judges will be using a point system based on 5 categories. The cheese with the highest score at the end of the judging process will go through to the final. And as such, we will get on with tasting the first cheese, which is number 1153.
So I'm going to hold this one up. Here we go, straight away. One side.
Oh,
and then I'm going to turn it around, and there's another side.
I definitely know that cheese. Okay, what we're thinking the look of it.
Well, I think it's obviously got some. It's very much mold ripened. There's some breakdown to it. There's other molds on it. Got some mucor on there as well. From its aging room, obviously in the air. Species of animal, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking it's
Goat or sheep, isn't it? But I can't work out.
um,
But mine's interesting because it's ripening top down as opposed to
outside in.
yeah.
Like
So,
you can see that.
Yeah.
quite interesting. Yeah, there's the breakdown. The proteolysis is on the top.
Yeah.
And not on that part, which could be a top, could be the top as well, providing the cheese is turned equally. And if that's not being turned equally, then you're going to get that. You're going to get more as a result.
And so, from an appearance point of view, is it something? Do you like the look of it? What do you think?
Yeah, it looks quite even.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't get is the fact that you've got the breakdown on the top, like
Yeah.
that. Unless
Okay.
Unless it's being aged without being turned, which it suggests it would be because of the shape of the cheese.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, actually, some of this could be quite off-putting if you were a customer and didn't quite understand. So can you see the top? It's a bit.
Yeah,
Is that discoloured a bit at the top?
It does look a bit discoloured on my sample, but that might be my sample.
Well,
Okay, so what are we thinking score-wise?
I think I from a retail perspective, high street retail, that is, I think that's going to be difficult to sell.
Yeah.
From an artisan cheesemonger perspective, yeah, I think if we can do the talk, we can probably explain that. Definitely. I don't know this cheese, sadly. So my worry is this breakdown at the top and not there.
Yeah.
It's annoying. I wish I didn't know this cheese.
I think you might know that cheese.
I'm going to taste it then.
So what score are we giving it appearance-wise?
I'm going to give it a.
I'd go 5 would be my view, but
What do you think, James?
6.
Do you want to meet in the middle, 5.5?
yeah, we can do.
Happy?
Yeah.
Or do you want to go 6? So are you happy with 5.5?
It's always hard the first one to benchmark it, isn't it? But yeah, let's go 5.5.
Okay, perfect. We are on to aroma. If it's the cheese, I think it is. It should have a very interesting aroma.
So on the outside of the cheese, we've got farmyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. But the top smells different to the bottom.
Which you would associate is how the cheese is broken down from what you've seen with regards to
Yeah.
the interior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slight citrus as well, actually.
I'm getting more fungal notes on the outside from the penicillin. It's growing on the outside and getting more balmy, earthy flavors from the bottom, from the mucor, etc. When I cut open to the paste, I'm getting a fresh, kind of creamy animal, lanolin, maybe, note to it.
Lanolin.
Like sheep's wool, wet.
Gosh.
So maybe it's for sheep and not goat, is it? Re-established one.
Okay, so what are we thinking aroma wise? What are you, do you like the smell of it? What's your score thinking?
I think it's what you'd expect it to be, actually, or not far away from what you'd expect it to be.
Right.
As an artisan cheese, I think this is where we are. I think it's probably at the right age as well, looking at it. I'm thinking probably a 6 again, 6 to 7.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, probably probably a 6 or 7.
Like, there's a nice journey on this, slightly fruity, pear drop fruity note on the nose as well.
So do you want to go, if you're both saying 6, 7, do you want to go 6.5?
Yeah.
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 Going to go in.
Go for it. We're on to texture. It's the right time.
Goat's cheese.
Yeah, it's quite sharp, isn't it?
It's got a pear drop, no, boiled pear drops, boiled sweets.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. Just the two, you get quite an extreme where it's been aging down, you get an extreme texture difference.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
When that's mouthfeel, the breakdown through lipolysis, etc., has made it really beautifully moussey under the rind.
Mm.
So even that chalky bit, is that quite chalky or is it a bit moussey?
Well, no, when you get the mousse and you put this into your mouth with the rind, it coats the center of this cheese, creating this incredible experience, luxurious experience.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm enjoying this cheese.
Well, you think, are you in the same boat, Sarah? Are you getting that sort of luxurious element to it?
Yeah, but it's interesting because it almost tastes like a blue cheese.
Yeah.
That's the penicillin on the outside, yeah.
But it's really nice. So there's different textures and you're getting new flavors come through as you eat it all the time. So it's really complex, but really enjoyable.
There's a good salt to it. It's a good balance.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking score-wise on the texture side of things?
I'm gonna give this an 8.
Yeah, I was thinking 8.
Or an
Holy
8
moly, James, he's woken up this afternoon.
But this is good cheese. This is a handmade cheese. And it's very interesting how they're aging this cheese with the fact that you've got a breakdown on the top. Bottom. So that's obviously it's not turned. It's as it is. I think it's a great cheese. And as a result of that, you're getting a different microflora on the top of the cheese and a very different flora on the underside of that cheese.
I am obviously not tasting this cheese, but I know this cheese and I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's really tangy as well. It keeps giving you flavor.
It's in my top 3.
It is. I think this award should be sponsored by the Crafty Cheeseman. Oh, it is.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that actually, because it actually is sponsored by the Crafty Cheeseman, funny enough.
Cracking cheese, honestly.
Sarah, I've not held it up the whole time because I've got nowhere to put it and it kept blurring out, that was all. Okay, so flavour wise, score, what are we thinking?
I'm definitely giving it an 8.
Yeah.
8.5.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of everything I've tasted today.
What are you thinking, Sarah? Are you in the same boat?
It just keeps punching a flavour. So I like that complexity to it. So
it's taking me on a journey. I mean, I'm thinking I'm going up north somewhere with this, but it's got this lovely flora to it. It's the flora and fauna, the animal and the terroir, they're meeting there in this cheese.
So are we happy with 8.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go 5.
Lovely. I'm so glad. I love this cheese so much.
I'd love to know what it is. I'd love to know what it is.
Okay, next cheese is 1143.
Right, let me just.
And just to be clear, I'll happily tell you both what cheese it is after.
Okay, so this one.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find. I placed my like cards. I placed them in different areas just to keep my movement flowing. I found my cheese now. It was right in front of me. So this is an interesting one.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit wobbly.
Yeah.
I quite like one.
It's quite firm. To look at, it's mold ripened cheese.
Yeah.
Very artisan.
Yeah.
Very farmstead, it would appear to be. It's got a very bloomy, not broken down rind from the outside, it would appear.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's starting to break down a bit
Yeah.
on the bottom.
The shape looks, you can definitely tell which way it would appear, which way they age it because of the shape, can't you? It's almost like cork shape, sort of, isn't it?
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me a little bit of a hoof of a horse.
That is a great shape to point out. Lovely.
Yeah. Or goat, maybe, because horses have quite big feet.
Well, I think he was going to say a different kind of hoof, but changed his mind.
Oh.
So, appearance, how are we feeling?
I think it does what it is what it is, and that's how this cheese is.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a cheese that's not going to ripen all the way through the core anyway. So I think we're looking at at least a 5 or a 6.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sarah?
6, I think.
6, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you look at that just out of interest and see that slightly different shape as a positive or a negative?
I think it's a positive, really. I think it shouts that it's sort of a bit more unique and artisan.
A bit more character to it.
Do you have a pointy? Sorry, sir. Do you have a pointy ridge on the front of yours? A pointy, like it's got a pointy bit.
Yeah. What here?
I can feel a pointy bit on mine.
Oh.
Like
Maybe there's some. Oh.
Don't know.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, aroma.
Can I cut it open to smell it?
Go for it.
Okay. I'm not smelling the outside.
Oh, no, you can smell the outside as well.
Looks like there's a bit of slip skin on it.
Oh yeah, you can see the breakdown.
A little bit slip skin, unfortunately. Well, that's taken away from the paste.
Yeah.
The aroma on the nose is slightly farmy for me. Animal. Fungal.
Yeah.
The inside has got a creamy freshness to it.
Yes, it is fresh.
And
It's quite milky.
the color of the cheese as well is interesting. I think the consistency, the texture is by looking at texture as well, I will mark it down slightly because of the slip skin on the outside. The rind is coming away.
Yeah. Would we expect it to be a bit softer all the way through?
See,
Actually, it's quite
Yeah, it's quite. Yeah.
feels maybe it's still young.
it's quite young. Yeah, no, it's quite young. I think there could be some more breakdown here. And again, that's through the way that this has been dried.
Yeah.
has led to that.
How are we feeling about the aroma? What sort of score?
It's got a bit of a metallic-y smell to it as well.
Yeah, steely, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So what sort of numbers are we thinking?
I think we're going to go with for me, I'm looking at probably sadly a 3.5 on the texture.
Okay.
What do you think, Sarah?
On the aroma?
Yeah.
Aroma, I was going texture though.
Aroma, I think probably a
4, 5.
Yeah.
4.5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the texture I was talking about.
So you were saying texture 3.5.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sarah?
Because of the slit. Yeah, I'd expect it.
There's no graduation in the breakdown by the looks of it, you know?
No. Mm.
What are you thinking, Sarah?
It's quite young. It's quite I want to say that's got that not lactic, but it's quite baby milky, or that.
Yeah,
that
like very really young. Yeah, very young milk, not developed as much.
Yeah, which some people do really love, but I think we'd want it to be on a bit more, I think.
So yeah, okay, so texture. James, you said 3.5, James, didn't you?
Yeah, the kind of toad skin texture
What do you think, Sarah?
has put me off a bit. So
It's quite, when you're eating it, just coat your mouth quite a lot because the centre just isn't broken down probably enough for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, with James, I think.
3.5. And flavour, what are we thinking?
It's quite mild.
Yeah.
It's got a citrus note to it as well, like lemony. But it's just got one flavour. You don't get many more flavours coming through after.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm enjoying the flavour.
It's maybe a bit one-dimensional, but that might not be a bad thing because it's nice having those simpler cheeses or fresher cheeses sometimes. I don't know. What do you think, James?
I quite like the flavour. It obviously goatee. I like the flavour to this cheese.
Okay, so what are we thinking score-wise?
Sorry, John.
So Sarah, you go. What do you think score-wise, Sarah?
I think probably a 6.5.
6.5. James, what are you on with?
Yeah, I think 6.5.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
We are on to the next delicious cheese, which will be 1104. Obviously, I use the term delicious. I've not tasted any of them, and you've not tasted them yet either. So,
1104.
Okay.
1104. Yeah.
It feels a bit softer.
Yeah.
There's some breakdown on one side more than the other, which would suggest it's not being turned quite as much, or it's been left in the packet for a bit longer. I don't know. So you've got the top side being exposed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it looks good for me. I would probably give this a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, I think probably a 6 because it is what you'd expect.
6.
Yeah. And part of the reason why I'm not, I mean, if you actually use your fingers to tap the white bloomy molds on the outside, you will see more appearance of lines as a result.
Okay.
More light. What, those lines?
Yeah. So you can tap it down, you'll find it down the white, the spores, and you're getting more of the brown, orange lines coming through as a result.
Yeah.
of that growth has happened since it's been exposed.
Okay.
You can see it now.
Yeah.
How much more coming through. You probably get a bit more on the bottom as well. I think it's good though. I think 5.6 only because it's not fully, it's not where it was like the had in the previous class, which was broken down beautifully.
So we move on to aroma.
Aroma, cutting it open.
Oh. So it's soft, but it's the same sort of all the way through, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fairly consistent all the way through. The process potentially of this cheese to do with the heat treatment of the milk as well, potentially. It's got ammonia on the rind.
Yeah.
Not much in the middle. Slight buttery, creamy notes.
Yeah, a bit of mushroom, but more like button mushrooms.
Yeah, bit of mushroom on there as well. So I think pleasant for me.
Yeah.
I'd probably go 4.5 to 5.
What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, 5, I think.
5, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So texture.
Texture now?
Texture is overall pretty good, to be fair. The feel of it, but the visual texture is I think pretty spot on. Apart from the fact that there isn't much difference between the rind and the core. There's nothing. It seems to be fairly stabilized.
Right. Okay.
Is this a stabilized one? Or do you think it's stabilized one?
Maybe. I don't want to. Maybe.
The rind look quite thin on it as well. Is it quite thin?
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing or a good thing. I'm just asking.
There's another sign of maybe a stabilized cheese as well. So
right.
You're gonna pop it in if you don't mind to feel.
Yeah, it's quite mild, a bit peppery. It's not unpleasant. It's nice, but
it's nothing really going on there for me. I'm sorry, that's going in the 3, 4. That's going to go in the 4 category. It's not going to go bad, but it's not giving me. It's not expressive.
No,
what are we thinking texture wise?
Texture wise, it's got texture wise is well, the rind is different to it. One doesn't follow the other. You know that you've got the rind isn't part of the cheese, part of the cheese, whereas it's kind of papery, like
Right, okay.
Yeah,
it's like tissue paper, isn't it? Almost
paper, yeah.
So score wise for the texture.
Yeah, I think probably a 4.55. Do you think? 4. Okay.
Well, why don't we go 4.5? Because Sarah said 4.55, you said 4, so we go 4.5. Yeah.
Yes, boss.
Happy.
Yeah. But the
flavor.
The flavor's not. It's not unpleasant, but it's not remarkable. So it's not as complex as anything. It's quite.
It's going to be a cheese you can have every day.
Yeah. It's like everyday type.
Yeah.
Score wise, what are we thinking then?
Okay. 4.5 or 5 again?
I think 4.5. I think because the mold hasn't created any additional breakdown underneath.
Yeah.
That rind mold is not coming through.
So you're not getting that depth.
You're not getting that depth of flavor.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next cheese is 1105. Oh my God. Definitely know this one. Appearance.
It looks a nice log. It's sort of caved in at one end a bit more than mine, but I don't know if that's supposed to be.
Yeah, snap. The appearance is fine. It's very young. Very young.
Yeah, it's quite firm. It's quite firm in the middle.
Sorry.
quite firm in the middle, actually. It feels like it's breaking down on the edges again. Maybe that's where it's just caved in.
Yeah, okay. I think we're looking at for what the cheese is. Do I want to see more funk going on the outside of that? Probably.
Yeah.
Again, so
yeah.
Give it a 4.55.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a bit like the last one from that respect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty young. I mean, here we go.
Okay. So is that ever so slightly broken down around the edge, just slightly?
Yeah, there's a halo, definitely. You've got the halo there, which is about a middle 2 in, something like that. So they're
there is yours got darkness around the edge.
Yeah, do you know, I wondered if they coated it.
Is it ashed?
Yeah,
it's probably
ashed.
Yeah.
It's like black around.
Yeah.
That must be because it's goat's cheese, isn't it?
It's ashed with a heavy penicillium on the outside at the moment.
Yeah.
There's much geo action on this. So I'm wondering if this is a mold ripened cheese without
Got a bit of a slip on it, has it?
Yeah, mine is mine's slipping a bit.
Yeah. I would say I probably know this cheese, I reckon.
Smells quite goaty.
So aroma wise, James, stop stroking your cheese.
I don't get when you smell it.
Not much.
A lot of aromas coming off of it.
So it doesn't smell of much at all.
No.
Yeah, I've got definitely on the end. It's breaking down more than it is in the.
Okay, so aroma wise, what are we thinking?
I'd probably say 3.5 or 4 because there isn't much coming.
Not really.
What are you thinking, James?
Not getting much nose on it at all.
No.
The rind is papery, like
Yeah.
paper, cardboard.
What are we thinking smell wise? Score?
Oh, sorry. 3.
3?
Yep.
What are you thinking, Sarah?
Yeah, I said 3.
3?
Yeah, because you're not getting that much off of it.
Okay, texture.
It's fine. It's all right. There's a bit of breaking down there as well.
Yeah.
I'll probably go 4-5 on that.
Yeah.
4-5. The taste, I'm going straight into taste. I'm sorry, but taste on that, it's pleasant. It's grab it off the shelf, looks the same all the time. It's going to work.
What do you think, Sarah? Texture, you happy to go the 5 on texture, Sarah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And flavour wise, what we're thinking, guys. So you said, James, you think it's nice, it's pleasant. You kind of know what you're going to expect with it.
What
are you thinking, Sarah?
There's nothing that's jumping out at me there. It's one-dimensional. It's very, very gentle.
You want more of the breakdown, I think, to be fair. I think the breakdown.
So you're thinking maybe a bit more maturity would help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that seems to be in the 2 bits, the breakdown piece seems to be where there's more flavour than the core.
A lot of people will love this cheese.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's not unpleasant by any means.
It's not scary animal by any stretch of the imagination. It works. But the rind is very cardboard paper, wet papery. Okay.
Okay, so flavour score, where are we going?
4 or 5.
Yeah, I'd say 4.5. So I was
4.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
the
not
next cheese on the menu is 1098.
Excuse me. Yeah, very fun.
You found it?
Yeah.
Right. You say very firm, James.
Very firm, yeah.
Okay, so appearance, how do we feel about it?
Underdeveloped, rind, mold ripened cheese.
Yeah, it's quite, I mean, it's
Not much going on with it.
no, it's quite, again, it's quite one-dimensional, isn't it? Just with the
Okay. So we're thinking it's not giving that much character, maybe.
no.
So what are you thinking score-wise?
04.
4, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go aroma.
There is some breakdown actually.
Yeah, there's
Oh, a slight. Yeah, you can see a bit of a halo in there, can't you? A little bit.
Yeah, more than I thought from feeling it.
There's a bit of ammonia on the outside of it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Quite a thin rind again.
Very thin rind. Slightly firm in the middle. A little bit of breakdown around the rind.
milky again, isn't it? Just
Milky smell. What other smells you getting, James?
a bit of lemon, I think. Not much mushroom.
Not mushroom. Sorry.
No, it's got a slight milky sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's sweet, definitely. It's nice.
But what are we thinking score-wise?
It's quite subtle. It's not for me. It's not jumping out. Sarah, you go.
Like 4.5 again.
For me.
Okay. Texture we're on, 2 people.
Yeah, the texture's better actually than I thought it was going to be when I felt it. It's quite sharp and tangy actually in the middle still.
It's got quite a heavier salt
Right.
than any of the other cheeses we've tried recently.
Yes.
The rind, unfortunately, is giving you that paper. Again, it's different. It's the distinct texture to the rest of the cheese, rather than blending in and going nicely in with the cheese. It's not doing that so much for me.
So texture-wise, what do you think?
Well, I think it fails because of the rind again.
It is salty, even more when you get to the end. It's even salty.
Yeah.
So from the perspective of it being mold ripened, you want more from your rind, don't you? So
that to do mold ripened. Want to see that mold actually working.
That's it, yeah. So what are you thinking score-wise?
I'm going score-wise as far as texture for me is concerned. I'm looking at 4.
4. What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I think 4 and 4.5 again. I mean, it is starting to break down, so something's happening to it, but
it's still very firm.
it is. Yeah.
Even happy with 4?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we are on to flavour.
Well, flavour for me, too salty. I'm going to go for 4.
Yeah.
It will attract people with a palate that's likes a bit of salt, but I think it's too salty.
Same, Sarah?
Yeah, I'd agree. It's the salt. It really,
overpowers everything else.
Yeah.
The buttery, mushroomy flavours you want to expect with a cheese like that.
Yeah.
Next cheese, people, is 1080.
Right, this one looks incredible. I don't know what it's going to taste like.
Let's have a nosy.
I've had this cheese out for a while.
Oh, bonjour.
Fall apart. Look at that.
Oh, hello. Okay, so appearance.
Wow.
Mine's collapsing. Maybe it's been out a bit too long. I mean,
it's interesting. I've got alcohol. Well, I'm going to show the nose. I'm not going to tell you that. The appearance is. I think there's a little. I'm not sure if there's any. If it's washed at all. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wondered if it was washed because it was sticky.
Yeah.
Even trying to pick it up at the moment, I'm struggling a bit. The vine's coming off the core a bit as you see that.
So the appearance, how do we feel? Do we think it's good the way it looks? Obviously, like you say, both of you said it's been left out a while, but what do you feel about it? Do you think it looks nice or is it?
Yeah, I think it looks exciting, like it's going to really deliver on flavour. So
What do
I
you
know,
think, James? Oh, sorry, Sarah. Sorry, no, sorry. You carry on.
No, I know it's probably not nicely uniform, but I don't know necessarily if that we need that all the time. But
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's not always a positive uniformity, is it?
no, it looks.
But what do you think, James?
I think it's a mold ripened cheese.
That, just to be clear, that is the category we're in.
But I think it's, I'm just thinking about, is it washed rind? No, it's mold ripened. It's almost washed rind by the smell, because there's a bit of yeast in there as well, quite a bit of yeast in there. So you're getting a bit of the yeasty action, which is committing the kind of moisture to the outside and the breakdown from the, it's kind of, there's a lot of things that work here. I think it looks okay. I think you're going to go 5, 6 maybe.
Yeah, 6. Let's go 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we go with aroma.
So yeah, you don't get that yeast, don't you?
I'm getting alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting bakery,
Bacon.
yeasty bakery notes.
Nice.
Look at. I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like clotted cream.
Okay, so we're getting what else are we thinking aroma wise? What are you getting, Sarah?
It's like yeast, like beer yeast, definitely.
That malty smell.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking? What do you think that's good? Do you like the smell of it?
Yeah, I do actually. I don't know.
What do you think? What are we thinking score wise?
6.5, 7.
What do you think, James?
Yeah, I think 6.5.
6.5, lovely. Okay, we are on to the texture.
Now the only thing, and it might have been out of it, so I'm not as familiar with this type of cheese, but the rind is falling away.
You're getting quite a lot of slip on it, slip skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that might be a good thing about the cheese. So
I don't think it's a desired effect to have slip skin on any of these cheeses. It should be part of the cheese. I mean, my one seems to be fine and held in there, so it may be transit or
yeah, it could be.
etc. I've just tasted this cheese, and you know what? It's okay.
So what are we thinking texture wise?
I think the texture's pretty good. It's kind of consistent. Rind balances with the creamy, balancing with the firmer. It's all kind of working together.
Okay.
Right.
No,
So I'm going to go 6, 7, 6.5, 7.
It's like liquid on the side.
Yeah.
When you put that in your mouth to try it, it's quite the textures you get through it are really impressive and nice.
So what are you thinking score wise then, Sarah?
Would you say 6.5, 7? I'd probably go 7. Yeah.
7, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we are on to the flavour.
The flavour's really nice. You get peppery notes. Again, it's one of those cheeses that keep coming at you in different flavours, I think.
What are you thinking, James?
I'm kind of on that same page. It's got slightly spicy notes.
Yeah.
It's creamy. It's got some citrus notes as well to it as well. It's a really interesting cheese. There's a lot going on. It's got very much that kind of sour cream note to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which is, I think, what we're looking at is a sour cream, alcohol-y, sour cream, yeasty, hoppy kind of style of cheese. Not unpleasant. No bitterness to speak of. Yeah, good cheese.
Nice. What are we thinking score wise then? You both seem to quite like it.
Yeah. Let's go 8 for 8 now.
7.
8.
7? I'd go 7. Go higher than 7.
7.5 then.
7.5?
7.5. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Lovely.
It's nice.
Okay, we are now on to 1077. That one looked lovely.
Mm. Okay. This one's in a nice box.
That looks interesting.
Yeah, it does look. And actually, this time round, you can see where the white molds are making the cheese develop, whereas in the other store,
Yeah.
as much.
So appearance wise, how are we feeling, guys? Talk to me.
I mean, I don't evenly. Oh, this one's falling apart as well. I don't know if it's evenly distributed. Again, the bottom, but that could be transit. The bottom is much more ripe than the top, but that could be transit.
I think it's the way that it's been aged. It's it's been made. It's been whatever, and it's stabilized, and then it's put into a box. It's kept in the box for a little while.
Yeah,
you're going to get that kind of what's going on. But I think when you cut into this cheese, you're going to find that this may have been in 2 categories. This cheese, if it's I think we dig into it. So the right is what it is. It's a 4.5, 5. In appearance, because that
it's running away. It looks incredible. I might even need a cracker for this.
So you're thinking in the realms of 5 for the appearance, James?
4.5 to 5, yeah.
1.5, 5.
How do you feel, Sarah?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see it doing more than some of the others we've seen.
Oh, hello.
But yeah, this is gonna literally run away off my plate.
So, do you want to sit at a 5?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
We're looking at aroma.
Aroma we're at now.
I'm not going to pick it up anymore. I mean,
I'm getting those brioche baker notes to the rinds.
Yeah.
Fresh bread.
These are the points where I'm very jealous of you guys eating this cheese, because this is like my
hair. Be really annoying. Should have worn a hairband.
Style of cheese, is it?
You are.
It's your favourite style of cheese?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It smells
lovely, sweet dairy, but bakery notes on the nose. Not there's a little bit of ammonia on the rinds. That being said, I think it's not always a negative ammonia. We know that.
Yeah.
You smell like camembert. You always get a touch of ammonia.
How do you feel, Sarah? What are you getting?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to pick it up to smell, but I don't. There is, I do get the ammonia on it, but it just smells buttery, and it smells quite clean actually. There's not very strong.
Okay.
Notes. So
what are we thinking score-wise for the aroma?
The aroma.
I'm only going to go to 6.
Yeah.
6. Happy, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm happy with 6. I was going to say that.
Just tasted the cheese as well.
Mm-hmm.
Texture,
I think 5.5, 6 again. For me, for what it is, it's very broken down.
It is very broken down.
I think that's how the cheese is.
Mm-hmm.
Very creamy to the point of is there more cream in it?
right? Okay, like they've added that in at a point during the make.
Potentially,
Maybe.
and it's on the can we do taste now, or should we?
Well, yeah. So we can cover both, and we'll just mark them both. So, what are we thinking taste-wise? What are you getting from it?
I'm getting ammonia from it.
You're getting ammonia from it.
Yeah, I'm doing everything together. I'm getting ammonia from it, and even without the rind, I'm getting ammonia in there as well.
Right.
I'm getting a creamy lactic note to it as well, but it's not overly creamy. It's not expressive where that's concerned. So it's not taking me on a journey of wow.
Right. Okay. So Sarah, how are you feeling about it?
It's quite unctuous though.
Yeah.
Is that more of a textural thing or a flavour thing?
That's a textural.
Probably a textural thing.
Yeah.
And actually, from a texture thing, it does get a bit powdery.
Yeah. So texture, what are we thinking score-wise?
5, 6.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'd probably go 6. I mean, mine's significantly. I like it maybe slightly younger to be able to, or it might be just because it's been out a lot here.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not. It's really nice. I quite enjoy it. But
and what are we thinking flavour-wise?
For me, it's 4.5, 4.5, 5.
So you're getting too much. You're getting too much of the ammonia and stuff, James.
I just, it's lacking a depth. It's
Right.
not really there. It's got that kind of
And what about you, Sarah?
chicory note as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's quite buttery and quite peppery, but I'd agree with James. You then don't get more flavors from it. So
It's
maybe,
quite singular.
yeah, which isn't. I mean, again, it's quite. I think a lot of people would like this cheese because of that as well.
So what are we thinking numbers wise?
What did you say, James?
James said 5.
5, yeah.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We are on to 1071.
Yeah. Interesting little one.
With some peppercorns in the top.
Mm. Fairly young.
Okay.
White mold on the outside, nothing wrong with it. It's young. Again, do you judge this on the fact that it's young, or do you judge, or she's becoming to us in its perfect format? That's a point maybe we need to think about.
Yeah. Is it? Did you say there's peppercorns on the top? Can we see that? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, excuse me.
That's all right. So what are we thinking appearance wise then? How do you feel about it?
I think it's a 6 or a 7.
What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah,
What-
it's
yeah.
6.5. Should we go?
6.5. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And then aroma. How is it on the nose?
Very neutral.
Yeah, just
So you're not getting much from it.
no, just the normal sort of white bloom on it you would get with that sort of papery bloom. Oh, it's quite it's almost like clotted cream again inside, which I wasn't quite expecting. I thought it might be a bit harder.
Were you assuming goat's cheese before you cut into it?
Yeah, I probably was actually. And it is not.
What about you, James?
Yeah. That's it's got a lovely sweetness from the peppercorns aroma.
Yeah.
As soon as you cut into it, that's interesting. I wonder if that feeds through.
Yeah.
Look, it's quite nice. It's really nice to see this, the crack there where it's kind of lactic.
Yeah.
It's set obviously to a certain extent, but it's nice.
Yeah. And smell wise, you getting a lot from it now you've opened it?
Not massively. Getting the pepper.
Yeah.
The pepper really, so I'm not getting massive amounts to it.
Okay,
No.
so what are we thinking score wise for the aroma?
4.55. I mean,
sorry guys. Excuse me just for a second. I'm going to mute myself just for a very quick second.
Okay.
Very quickly. Carry on.
yeah, very well.
So Sarah, you're thinking from cutting into it, what are you getting more smell now?
Getting more of the pepper. I think that's because you cut. So it's interesting the fact the peppercorns are on the top, how much flavour they give it, or whether it just as you cut through and open up the peppercorns, you therefore put in flavour through the cheese.
Yeah.
But you get pepper is the main note.
The main note. Okay.
Yeah.
It looks like it's the inside. It looks like texturally it's quite interesting as well.
Yeah, it's a lot different than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost like double cream, but I don't know whether it will taste like that, or whether it will taste.
And the assumption with like a pyramid style cheese is going to be goat's milk a lot of time, isn't it? It's quite nice to see someone doing something a bit different.
It's like it's whipped. It's like a whipped mousse.
Okay. So what are we thinking score wise for the aroma then, Sarah?
Probably 4.5 or 5.
Yeah.
because that you don't get anything else. You just get the peppercorns, I think.
Is James coming back? I saw you pressing, James.
So the
There
text.
he is.
I'm just sending you something as well, Jonathan, just very quickly. But send you a gift.
Are you happy with 4.5
On
for the
taste.
aroma?
On
Well-
flavour, no, smell, on smell.
I think 4.5. I don't think we can go any further than that because it's quite neutral, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then texture, what we're saying, because you were saying it's almost got like a whipped texture to it. Sarah.
Yeah, it's like it's got cream. It must have cream added into it because it's almost like that Brillet Savarin.
Yeah,
type
nice.
Got a creamy taste,
Yeah.
but it's lighter than that a bit as well. Have you had a chance to taste it, James?
I have. I'm getting it's really creamy. It's very it's fine. It's buttery. Buttery and creamy. It's kind of fruity, fruit sweets again.
But
I
not fruity to taste. And yet when you cut through it and open up the peppercorns, it then gives you, isn't it, as that aroma. It's really interesting.
Okay, so then texture, what are we thinking?
In here.
Probably about 5.5.
What do you think, James? Texture?
Or would you expect?
Texture's lovely. Please excuse me, everybody, for that. I had we had a slight catastrophe. A piece of cheese fell off the shelf, but it's all fine now.
Cheese emergencies.
I think that it's very much like butter in its in the way that the profile in the mouth. I think 4.5, 5 is good.
Okay.
I'm getting some kind of ascorbic acid notes as well.
Ooh.
Please explain ascorbic acid. I am not familiar.
The ascorbic notes, oils like.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Towards it's nice. It's actually quite a nice cheese, but it's very
Piano-y.
yeah, it's great.
So flavour, what are we thinking flavour-wise?
I'm gonna go 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
one. It is nice. It's quite rich. I don't know how much of it you could eat.
If that's the case, I would probably eat the whole thing. I'm well known for eating things that are very probably not good for my arteries, but that's what I love. So.
Yeah, that's
It reminds me of, you know, when you make brandy butter,
yeah.
that sort of
That
consistency.
texture.
Brandy butter.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so last cheese for this class is
Okay.
1214.
Where might that cheese be?
This looks exciting as well.
Okay. For some reason I like the look of this.
So interestingly, the white's nearly all gone.
Oh wow,
And it's like a yellow blue.
interesting.
Again, this is quite a young
Interesting. Okay, so that's so as a perfect segue there, Sarah, how do you feel about the appearance?
It's in the white. It is in the white bloom cheese area, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'd expect to see more. Who's opened it? Should I open it? I think
Go for it, Sarah.
more
It's
white.
very firm.
Yeah, and yeah. Do you know when I smelt it, I thought I think this is a goat's cheese, but I was reserving.
Okay.
Yeah, it smells fizzy actually.
Oh, that's not. Oh, that's. How do you feel about the appearance? What do we think?
I think it's what it is. I think it's all right. I think there could be some more rind development, but I think it's all right, to be fair. But cutting into it as well by looking at that, I think this is the cheese. It's a lactic mold. It's kind of lactic goat's cheese.
So, score-wise,
3.5, 4 for appearance.
I'd probably go higher, about 4.5.
So we'll go 4 in the middle.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and we go to aroma.
I just keep getting this fizzy note, but maybe mine's different.
I'm getting a nice goatee note, animal goatee, clean. I'm getting citrus. That fizzy is citrus for me, which is obviously goat's cheese. You get that kind of lemon citrus note to it.
Yeah, I'd say when you smell the inside, it smells much more like you do goat's cheese to smell like.
I think aroma is 4.5 to 5.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I'd say probably 4.5.
Okay.
We go for a texture. Did we do that?
Yeah, let's go for texture. Go for it. Enjoy yourself.
It's really crumbly.
Probably a bit sticky on the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Very firm and dense in the heart, texture-wise.
Yeah.
It breaks open interestingly. If you see how it's broken there, everybody. See that? That's quite interesting.
Oh, so that's where so that looks quite curdy.
Yeah, so it's quite good. So one of quite lactic cheese, and they've kind of put them into the molds. They haven't cut the curve massively.
Yeah.
And we've got this going on. It's quite interesting.
And the rind's almost papery again. Look at that.
Yeah.
You can see where it's pulled. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little taste.
Get it in there, see what the mouth feels like.
It's quite it's quite dry.
Yeah.
A bit more moisture in it. And it just coat your mouth quite a lot.
It's a sticky paste coating the mouth with a relatively
Like a lemony or sharpie.
heavy salt on it. It's citrusy. It's goatee. It's animal. Slightly farmy. I think it's not as gentle as I'd like it to be. I think it's slightly heavily laden. It's more heavy on the salt as well.
What do you think, Sarah? Are you getting that?
Yeah, no, I am.
So texture-wise, what are we thinking texture-wise?
Texture's really good. I like the creamy note.
What do you think?
To it, but
What do you think of the texture, Sarah?
it is a bit dry, and it's just that sticking to the mouth bit that isn't. You'd want it slightly more moisture, I think.
Yeah.
Dry.
So score-wise for the texture?
I'm going to go 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then flavour, the big one. What are we thinking?
The flavour's not bad. I mean,
It's got a journey that's going on. You've got the salt, you've got the animal, you've got loads of stuff going on there. So given that as a parameter of a myriad of like flavors, etc., I'm looking at 4.5 to 5.
5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We are at the end of that class again, or class. I'll stop making that joke now. The winner of that one was the first cheese we tasted, which was E11153. I would like to thank Butlers, our sponsors, and for these aprons. I would like to thank you two for your time and your hard work with your jaws. And I would like to just remind everyone that on the 17th of May, there is the live tasting event for the finals of the Virtual Cheese Awards. So make sure you have a look at that. And we'll see you soon.
Bye.